steadily. I would say it's just steady for now. I'm just catching up.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Baby steps, little by little, we'll get there.
Definitely.
Holda, how are you? Hi, Holda. How are you? Can you unmute and speak? Let's hear from you.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah,
I'm
good evening. How
fine.
you doing?
I'm fine.
All right, how's your learning going on?
It's going well. Stressful, but it's going well.
Yeah, that's good. I commend all of you. You're doing great. Nice one, nice one. Who else? Ashimi, did I get the name? Ashimi Lawisa. I was actually thinking it was Losa or something. Ashimi Lawisa. Did I get the name? How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing? How's your week?
It was blast. It was a lot, but then I'm here. I'm good.
All right.
Nice to hear from you. Oyetunji. I think I got the pronunciation right. Tunji. I'm happy to hear from you. Just trying to buy the others that are not here, buy them time. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay. You're sounding low. Are you fine?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Alright, that's good. That's good. Nice to hear from you. Foba Grace, abi? Foba Akom, yeah. Foba Akom.
Good evening.
How
I'm
are you?
doing well. I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you. And you?
That's good. I'm okay too. Okay, nice to hear from you. Shittu, Shittu Florence. Florence, how are you?
Is it
Good evening,
actually
sir. I'm
Florence?
fine.
Yeah, Shittu Florence, how are you?
Yes, I can hear you. I said I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Alright, that's good. Nice to hear from you. Just wanted to hear your voices. Liberty Abraham.
Good evening,
How
sir.
are you?
I'm fine,
Yeah,
sir.
good
Thank you,
evening.
sir.
Alright, that's good. Um, Solomon. Next is Solomon. Solomon Joseph. Yes. Let's hear from you. How you doing? Okay, I'll make it faster. Solomon is not here. Let's hear from Taiwo Abogan. Taiwo. Taiwo, how are you? Alright. Machi, how are you? How's Machi doing?
Machi is
I
fine.
thought I okay, because I know I heard your voice before now.
Good
How's your
evening,
learning
Gaius.
going? Yeah, good
Fine. Good
evening.
evening.
Alright, nice to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you.
You wanted to say something?
No, is the learning this thing. I don't really understand how the thing is moving on data
Okay.
camp.
In
After
what
learning,
sense?
I'm done with one this thing. Another, I'm done with SF and fundamentals, and I'm
Okay.
seeing. I don't know how I jumped this one course like that. Data analysis in Excel. I'm jumped to analyzing customer churn in Excel. As in there, I thought the thing
Okay,
is
that's the only
serious.
project.
Is that one a project? Yes, case
Yeah, it should
study.
be a project. Yeah, case
Yes,
study.
I'm done with it. But how come I did not do data analysis in Excel? I don't know.
Okay, there's a way you can track back. Sometimes it might just bump some lessons for you. You would have to go to I'll show you when I start to share my screen. Just remind me. You can drop it in the comment message area. So I'll show you.
Okay.
Because it goes serially, like it's a build upon knowledge series. So if you don't know, if you didn't watch or learn the data analysis Excel, that churn, whatever, is going to be difficult for you. But then I
The
would show
thing
you, just
was
remind me.
difficult for me, Sha, but though I had a data analysis experience, so like I've done some projects on such data sets before, so it wasn't that 100% difficult for
Difficult.
me.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay, I will show you how you can go back to. You can always navigate your lessons by yourself and follow
All
the
right.
progress.
Thank
All
you.
right. Lanosiwaju Kublenu. I don't know if I'm getting the pronunciation right, but let's hear from you. Can help me pronounce it so I can correct it. How are you? Is he or she? Lanasiwaju. That's definitely not a Yoruba name. Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead. So far so good. We've made progress, and we're going to be wrapping up data analysis with someone is about to speak. With that? Okay, no one. All right. So we're going to be rounding up Excel very soon. I think this week, after this project, we work together. By next week, we'll be moving to structured query language, and it's good we started with Excel because Excel is the fundamentals. I believe every data analyst should be proficient with Excel because most organizations now they don't really, some of them are not that proficient in the use of Power BI. Some of them are still startup companies, so you might not even really do any database querying. But you see Excel, it's a must. You must. Excel is that even roles that are not analytical, like business development, some of all these minor roles, you need proficiency in Excel. So that's why this is a good one. So I saw many questions coming from Power Query, and Power Pivot. So we're going to trash all of that. But the good thing also is that if you know Power Query in Excel, you've known like 40% of Power Query in Power BI because it's still the same. Microsoft Power BI was done or owned by is owned by Microsoft. Excel is also owned by Microsoft. So the Power Query in Excel and Power BI is not so different. So if you have questions as I speak, as we start, you can always drop them and we'll revisit them. So what I don't know is, should we take the questions first before going to what we have today, or I should leave the questions for later? What do you think? If you agree with the project first, thumbs up. If you agree with questions first, thumbs down. Okay. Oyetunji, thumbs up. Kima, thumbs up. Okay. Ashimi, thumbs up. Let me repeat. If you want project first, thumbs up. Alright, Holda, Foba. Okay. Oh, definitely. Everyone is giving us thumbs up. So we're going to start with the project, and after we are done, you would take questions. So, but I would let us know maybe 1 hour into the class, or maybe 40 minutes. I'll let you know. I'm going to take like 5 to 7 minutes break. The reason is because the laptop I'm using now I'm going to be using to share my screen and all of that. It's not really fully charged, and we don't have light here. So what I'll do is I'll tell you before I log off. So I will transfer the file we're working on to my second laptop, and we'll go from there because that one is fully charged. But I want to start with this one. So once it's about to run down the battery, I'll let you know. Then just nobody should leave. Just hang in there. I would transfer the file and I will continue with my second laptop. All right. So just give me 2 minutes. Let me share my screen. And I would have loved us to follow along, but I don't think it's possible. But just know that the call is being recorded, and you can always go back to watch the lessons. It's better I show you and do it. It's faster that way. Then you can always go back and watch them and follow through if you want. Okay. So while I'm trying to prepare this, let me tell you guys two things. First things first, as data analysts, we are not dashboard builders. Do you get? Because I don't know, there is this trend, I don't know, of if you don't showcase your dashboards, showcase all of these things, people believe that you've not started data analysis. Data analysis is not about, it's just like 30% of that. But to be a proper data analysis, it's not just building dashboards. It's mostly about being able to be very flexible, get usage of all these softwares and tools. You are well grounded. Then the second one is being very technical, because at the end of the day, your stakeholders don't just want to see colors; they want to see insight. They don't want to see, oh, this thing is very fine. Nah, that's not why they are paying you. They are paying you for insights that would generate more revenue. 70% of businesses out there, they want to increase their revenue, except maybe non-profits, NGOs, and all of that. So if your insight is not helping them to make profit, if your insight is just to wow them in the stakeholders room, then your job is at stake. Do you get? So the essence is to help to generate revenue. So two things. We are not dashboard designers. I'm saying this because by the time we start, don't let your emphasis be on just building dashboards. There's this one of my friends, very, very good with dashboards, and he got a role because of that. That thing will actually put you out there. Wow, this guy is good, he knows what he's doing. So they brought him to the panel for interview. They started asking him questions on SQL, like how do you join tables? How do you filter in the group by function? Stuff like that. How do you concatenate? What does the full join does? Or what does the inner join? All of these questions, or how do you aggregate and sum using query language? They asked him questions on Python. It was one telling me actually. So they asked him questions on Python too. How do you iterate columns? How do you append? All of those things, and he could not really answer it because his strength was just on one. So it's always good to be flexible. Be here and there, but have your major strength. But don't be devoid, because if you don't move and grow with the trends, hmm, I won't say AI will take the job, so but if you are a very smart person, you can even use AI to your to just aid your work. AI would help you even become better. So if you know what you are doing, AI is not even a threat to taking your job, but rather it will help you, give you more knowledge. Like it's even more fast. I remember those days when I used to do content writing before I went into tech. Sometimes I was into small little bit of software engineering too then. So they would just give me small tasks and be like, start going to there's this thing called Microsoft. I've forgotten how they call it. But it's like a community where you ask questions and you wait for like days, sometimes hours before someone will reply. It's like a community, Tableau community. Tableau has it. So that thing is very, very, very discouraging, because before before you say Jack, time has gone. But now you just have to go to one AI and just query it and ask questions. Then with the little knowledge you have, you can, you know, fix the solution. So the data set we're working on today is I sent it. So if you have a copy, you can keep it to always follow us maybe after watching or when you're watching the lesson. So we're doing four things with the data set. We're doing pre-analysis, in-analysis, insights, and recommendations, because as I said, I will always can you hear me? I joined on another device. If you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. All right. So I'm all set and I'm sharing my screen now. Okay, just a minute, please. Okay, Excel and fire this up. All right, if you can see my screen, just give me a thumbs up. For the file, just give me a thumbs up. You can see my screen. All right, sweet. So for the person asking for the file is on the Discord channel, but you don't need the file. Don't worry, you don't need it. Trust me, because I will not be moving very slowly. I will also not be moving fast. But if you start looking at the file, you might just lose track of what I'm saying. So, blank workbook. So yes, I don't know if this is too tiny. Let me check. Can you see this? Like the stuff there? How do I put it? Are these too tiny for you? Can you guys see it? Because I reduced the orientation to. Can you guys see it? The
Yes,
font and
yes.
everything right here. Okay, good. Thank you for that. So so this is my folder. This is my folder, and the file is here. This is the file. So we are looking at video game sales. Video game sales is basically, let me open the file and show us what we are going to be looking at. So we're looking at the sales of video game in the European Union, which is EU sales. You look at this thing here, you see EU sales. JP sales stands for Japanese sales. That's sales of video game in Japan. Then other sales is like other, other countries. Then this global sales is a sum total of all of this. So we have rank. This rank is based on the highest when it comes to sales. This is the platform. To filter this, we can see the rank ranges. I think there are 11,000 rows here. Yes, it's a very huge data set. So this is the name of the video game. These are the names. Some of them might be familiar with you if you're a gamer. We have the platform. The platform is, if you're a gamer also, you understand, like PS, all of those things, Nintendo, Xbox, X1. So these are the platforms. And this is the particular sports genre for the game. And this is the publisher and all of that. So first things first, you can take note if you want, but I'll just, how I do mine is, first things first, when you come to analysis, we follow the APASA rule. APASA, which is APPASA. That's APPASA. The first A is ask. So while we're asking the question, we are trying to define the problem and the question we're about to answer. So if you are given a data set and I say, okay, analyze it, you should always ask, what do you want me to do with this? What questions do you want to answer? Or do you want me to answer? What insight do you want to get? So usually, if you're given a task, you'll be given what they want to get, the insights they want. So that's the first stage. We are asking the questions. So from this, I would show us the questions we're trying to answer with this. But the next P is P. Remember I said APASA. So after asking, P is prepare. So prepare is like preparing the data for the analysis. This also usually involves like we are collecting the data, we are cleaning it, we are pre-processing it. So data collection falls under this preparation. So the next P is process. So process is like you use different models. You can use statistical models. Most times you didn't get
the first P.
okay. Is that Shefiat? The first P is prepare. So ask. The first A, ask. The second, which is P, prepare. The second P, process. So processing the data, as I said, use various analytical techniques to process it. Then the next A, I said APASA, APPASA. So the next A is analyze. So analyzing is what it is, analyzing the results. You identify key findings, you identify trends, and you identify insights. So that's the analyze phase. The S after analyze is share. So after analyzing it, it's not for you, it's not for your consumption. You share it. You share it by way of reports, by way of dashboards. You can even do presentation. So we are sharing it. So as data analyst, you'll be making presentation very well. You can come before stakeholders. Okay, tell us our revenue growth year on year over the past how many years. You try to tell them. You make the presentation because you did the cleaning, you prepared the data, you did the insights. So you will share it. That's the S. Then the last A is act. That's ACT for act. Acting is like acting on the insights that you have gotten from the analysis. Usually, the acting doesn't, it's not about duty, it's the stakeholders that act, people that hold stakes in the company. Yeah. The MDs, the senior professionals, the managers, they would act based on the insights you've given them. So let's go ahead. This is my data. This is my data. So let's clean it. Remember, I said if this is your raw data, always, duplicate it. You can name this, you can say cleaned, you can just name it clean data. So this is the raw one, so that if you miss or you mistakenly deleted a very important data, you can come back here. So clean data, and let me save this as workbook. All right. So to clean, who's saying something? All right. So what you will notice from this is rank. All right. This is the name, platform, year, and all of those things. Now, every data set should have what we call primary IDs, primary identifiers. But this data set does not have. What we have is just the rank. We could decide to use the rank as the ID, but it's not, let's say, it's not so good to do it that way. You get? So first things first, I would want to introduce a primary ID. If you notice, these are different games, 11,000 of them, different games. Some of them, like see this Gears of War 3, Gears of War, and all of this. This is Metal Gear Solid, The Last of Us. I've played this game, The Last of Us, on PS2. So what you can do is we can insert a column here and call this, let's say, video game, let's say VGID, video game ID. Let's leave it like this. Then we can do, I want to apply a knowledge here we used in our last lessons. I can say this is, let's call this 1201. All right, and press enter. So if this is 1201, I can come here to fill. I say fill series, then row columns. Then I can say stop at, I don't know how many thousand rows are there, so let me not do this. I can just do it like this. Come here and view series. So you have 1201, 1202, and they are unique for all of them. Let me come down. It's a very large data set. Okay, almost 17,000. So this is the last one. 17,007. This is the last ID. So, all right, and this is the rank, 16,600. All right, that's good. So I have a primary key now. What I'm doing is basically cleaning. So this is rank name. Let me see. Let's investigate the name. You can see some inconsistencies here, like this backslash, or what do you call it? Okay. We'll come back to this. Let me look at this platform. Okay, this is the platform. All good. Platform all good. This data is not so dirty. We have the year. I think the year is from 1980 to 2006. Okay, 2020. The year the game was, created. All right, 2020. Quite an updated data set. So I'm seeing NA here. Let's see the ones that are missing the years. Whoa. You can see why it's important to do some investigation. So we have not available here as the year. So since this is a date column, Who can tell me what we'll do here? Let me come. I want to hear from you. We're doing this together. Don't leave me behind, guys. Don't leave me behind. So what do you think we'll do? That's a date column and there are empty values there. So what do you think we should do? Who can help me out? Can unmute. What do you think? Should we just fill it with should we leave it like that? Let me give options. Should we leave it like that? Should we fill it with 0? Should we delete it, like drop it? Should we just put any year we want to? Can put maybe 1980 or whatever. What do you think we should do? Anybody?
I think I will check the consistency of the data first. If the records that have any are those in the later data part of the data, that's number one. If not, I'll just check and do 2 things. I either delete all of them or I just change the NH to a befitting date. If it's in between some years, I'll just check the date before and the date after and figure out what I will do. Otherwise, I'll just delete all of them if I can.
Okay, that's a good one. I would still make comments on that. Is there anybody else? Anybody else wants to say something? What do you think we'll do? Let me show us the data again.
Okay, so
What do
from
you
what
think?
I'm seeing here, the NA has some, it's not all the columns that is 0, like, except I think I'm seeing EU sales, there are some values under it. It's just Japan sales that has most of the zeros. But then in the total, that's the global sales. If you're adding it, there are some values. So we cannot totally ignore it like that. So
Okay.
I think we should, based on the progression of the years, we should just add a year to it.
Okay, that's good. All right, because of time, let me just bump in here. Let me save the day. So, nice contribution, nice one, Holda, nice one, Shefiat.
I'm not seeing your screen, sir.
My screen is up. I think everyone can see my screen. If you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up. Let me just confirm. I can even see my cursor flickering. Yeah. Yeah, maybe
Yeah, but
should.
it's showing an infinity mirror. You need to select the tab or something.
Yeah. Because I'm here, I'm talking to you guys. So I come here. If I want to work, I'll go back. Do you get? So So as I was saying, the thing you'd actually take notes as someone doing analysis, as a data analysis, you don't drop columns just anyhow, because if you drop data is very, very important. Imagine I have a survey of 300 persons and I'm asking them, maybe sent out a survey. Which do you prefer? Gala sausage roll or
I think there's a break in transmission. I can't hear you, sir.
hear me? That was because you can hear me now, right? Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know. My network just. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm sure you can hear me. So as I was saying, I'm saying we don't drop sensitive data anyhow like that. If you have a survey of 300 persons and maybe some columns are empty, you don't just drop it, because if you drop it, then you have like maybe there are 20 in a row, there are 20 empty data, and you just say you should drop that particular in a column, there are 20 empty rows. Then you decide to drop the whole row. So out of 300 surveys now, you now have 280 responses, like respondents. Your analysis is already skewed that way. So it's no longer going to be rich as it should be. So what we do in this case is, for instance, if the empty stuff was under probably a numerical column like this, EU sales, NA sales, what you do is you either calculate the average of the whole column and fill in those rows with the average of the column. Like if these things now are empty, not zero, like if they are empty, I can calculate the average of JP sales. The average, let me clear this filter. So the average of JP sales here is 0.07. So instead of me dropping the whole empty rows in this thing, I will just fill this up with 0.07. You either do that or you can do some other. I don't want to go into other complex ones, but that's the best use case. The only case you're allowed to drop is if the empty rows are just less than 5% of your data. So let me show you something. This is the year. I have NA. So let's select that NA. So NA, we have how many? Let me count them. It's 272. So someone should help me. You can use your calculator. Do 272 divided by 16,000 times 100 over 1. 272 divided by 16,000 by 16,600. 272 divided by 16,600 times 100 over
1.7.
How many percent?
1.7%.
1.7%. Whoa. So in this case, dropping is allowed. 1%. The person said one. You said 1.7. Abi, was that Benedict?
Yes, 1.7.
All right, 1.7%. So the number of empty rows are just 1.7% of what we have, because we have 16,000. In that case, if you want to drop it, you are free to drop it. But if it's less than, from maybe 2 to 5%, or if it's more than 5% of your data, please don't drop. Just please, so you don't skew your analysis. So yeah, we. So yes, then the second thing you could do is you can fill the data manually, because these are real games and we're not doing hypothetical whatever here. You can go online and search for this Madden NFL 2000 war year. Basically, this should be maybe in 2004, because the year is already beside it. You can just come here and what's the name of that game, Seth? Madden NFL 2004. So you can just search for it. Madden, hope I'm getting it. NFL 2004 was created in what year? So August 11, 2003, but it was launched 2004. Okay, then you come and you put it back and say 2003. That's how you do, because you don't want to mess up the whole thing. So that is what you could do for the whatever. In this case, we can decide to drop it, because if we don't know the year, we don't have it, and it's less than 5% of what we need, and most of the sales are actually very insignificant. I mean, it's in the likes of 0 point and 1 point. We can drop this, because even the publisher information, some of them are unknown. Some of them are unknown, which would not help us. So how do you drop it? Since I've filtered for those with NA, you just do control, like you select the whole row. If you notice, see what I did, I selected the whole row, then you do control shift down. Control shift and your down key, you right click and say delete row. So what did you do? To remove 272 of those NAs, then you come back here, select all, and your clean data comes back. So that's how you have it. You come here, investigate the publisher. Okay, we're done here. Let's investigate the genre. Genre is all good. I love this. Publisher, let's see. Publisher is all good. All good, looking very good. The NA sales, no missing values there. So investigate the EU sales. This thing we're doing is data cleaning and processing. So we're preparing our data for analysis. This is good.
JP sales. JP sales is looking good. Other sales is looking good. Okay, global sales also looking good. So as I said, NA sales is sales in North America, EU sales is European Union, Japan, other countries globally. So to confirm if this global sales is correct, we can just do a quick calculation here. You can just say equals to sum. So let me see if the sum of all these things is what's giving me the global sales. So H2 to K2. Okay, so I guess we are right on track. So this is just part of processing data and preparing for analysis. So you can see that the addition of these 4 is giving us this. So it's just to confirm, to be sure that there's no error now. So we can delete this. So let me save this. All right. So I think we are ready to go ahead. We have our ID, created the ID, the rank, name, and we are good to go. Now for the questions. So what you can do is, this is clean data. So let's call this pre-analysis. Let's call this pre-analysis. Now you ask me, oh sir, what is pre-analysis again? Which one again is pre-analysis? Now your pre-analysis is supposed to contain everything about your data. So let me do something like this. Let's come to view. Here's it. Okay, view. I don't want the grid lines. Let's leave the formula bar. So let's insert a shape. Where is it? Sorry. Insert, then can come to sorry. It must be long I did all these things. What am I looking for? Okay, yeah. Insert the shape. So let's go with the shape. Let's insert the shape here. And just leave this for now. Fill it with I don't want something too much, just something like this. Remove the border line. I don't want outlines, no outline. Yeah. Then we want to type in the shape, and let me use app tools or Calibri, whichever. I just need to increase the font. So let's say 18. So let's say this is one column. Let me use a black will work well. So this is pre-analysis. Now in the pre-analysis, look at what we are going to be doing in this pre-analysis. In pre-analysis, we'll be looking at the structure of the data. So first things first, you look at the structure. All this is very important because I was saying it that dashboard project, whatever, it's not just we are trying to generate insights. So first we look at is number 1, pre-analysis. Look at the potential customers, potential questions. Sorry. Then 2, we're also looking at the story of the data. 3, we are looking at again, let's look at the industry of the data. 4, we are looking at the stakeholders, people holding stakes, stakeholders of the project for analysis. 5, what again? Okay, we'll say what success means to the let's say to the industry this time around. What success means to the industry. 6. I'll just show you what you can answer it together, but I won't type all of them now. Then after doing this, you can answer all these questions here. This thing I'm telling you is, if you do this and maybe you're preparing for an interview and they said, oh, Mr. Shegun, can you walk through this analysis and share us your dashboard, and you just send only dashboard, you look like someone that is not how would I put it, someone that is not very grounded in data analysis. But imagine sending your own report and you're sending insights alongside, not just the dashboard. Tell me why you not get the job. Just tell me why. So please take note of all these things. These things I'm telling you. You won't even see so many people online teaching this. So if you've done the pre-analysis, this is me splitting the this is the questions you write here. Okay, potential questions. Under here, you can list out some of the questions we said we're going to answer. So I don't know who can help me. You can just copy out the memo I sent on the Discord and paste it for me. That was where I put the questions. But while I wait, let me just come in. So under this pre-analysis part, under this other second side, you can just write project split. Let's call this project split. Let's call this project split. And under project split, we are looking at the metrics. I'll tell you what these are, don't worry. The metrics in bracket. Let me just call this let's say qualitative data, right? And the second one, we are looking at dimensions. Looking at the dimensions. Dimensions are the categorical data. Oh, what am I doing? Categorical data. All right. So what else? Now under this project split, we're trying to split the data we have into metrics and qualitative data. Now, if you come to this place, qualitative data, how would I put it? They can be, how do I explain this to you now? Okay, this is quantitative data. This first one is quantitative data. This is a mistake. Okay, now quantitative data can be measured. They are usually in numerical form. Like you see this NA sales, EU sales, they are qualitative, they are quantitative data. Quantitative. While columns like this, genre, publisher, this one, name, platform, they are qualitative data, or you can say categorical data, where you can put them in categories. So under here, you can decide to write it one by one. We have the NA sales, the columns with this, you can say NA sales. Then you can say EU sales. I think this is how the column name is EU sales. Then we have, I think there is other sales. Should I confirm? Okay, JP and other sales, global sales. Already. Okay. JP sales. Then we have global sales. So this is what you do. You see the importance of doing all of this. Don't worry. See the importance of doing this. Under this, you can have the publisher. This is publisher. We have the name. What else? Platform game. Okay. Platform game. So that's how then so after answering, you can put all of these things in space, just answer them. For the industry of the data, this is a gaming industry. If you're working with sales, you can say financial services or sales. What success mean? If this maybe a company that's about to start producing games, they want to understand the competition in the gaming world, and they're asking you, they ask you some questions on the list. They're saying, let's see this the sales of games in either of these countries, North America, blah blah blah. So they want to see areas that are doing well in terms of game sales, so that they will focus on the market and launch their game there. So what success would mean to that particular stakeholder is what success means to the industry or the stakeholder here. Right? Success means getting the right channel for efficient game build penetration. Game build. This is just, you can write other things. Game build penetration in the game market, something like that. Maybe they want to start a game. Maybe the title of the game is probably whose name should I pick from this? Ashimi. Maybe Ashimi Core. No, this is the game. So Ashimi Core wants to launch this game, and they want to know how far was the competition in the market, what area. So I believe, from just looking at, I believe game sales in North America is the highest, but we'll find out. That's what I hear. So Ashimi Core can even launch games in the US as opposed to maybe Africa or other part, because the sales are not as much as the rest. But then that's by the way. So potential questions would be, let me see if anyone else dropped that for me. Nobody has dropped it. Let me get it. Let me get it fast. I think I'll do it faster. So there are some questions that are outlined which we are going to be working with. Just 1 minute, please. Okay. All right, Shay, thank you very much. Answer the question. Okay, this is it. Top selling games, no popular game regional. Thank you. Very timely. So under potential questions, you can just spam. Just drop this there. There are so many more, but the questions will be coming. It's just that I didn't state all the questions there, but then you get what I mean. All those questions, you can outline them very well. You can say A. You can say A. What is the top selling game, or what are the top selling games? What are the top selling games? Blah 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 blah. Because of time, go ahead. So after pre-analysis, if you do all of this, now you understand your data. In fact, as someone doing the analysis yourself, you'll be like, okay, so these are my metrics, these are the quantitative data I have, these are the categorical one. You can always merge this with this. So I can see the total NA sales by publishers, we can see the EU sales, maybe EU sales by the year, EU sales by platform, and all of this. So this goes with this. So the essence is just to understand your data. If you know what success means to whoever you are doing the analysis for, then I think you're going to have a good, good idea of what you are doing. So that's the pre-analysis. You can duplicate this. And the next one would be the I'll tell you how you do that in analysis. But before we continue, then after in analysis, we have the recommendations, the insight. Under in analysis, where you have your insights, then here you have recommendations and conclusions. So this is where you make your final recommendation and conclude here in this sheet. So pre-analysis, in analysis, recommendation and conclusion. But yeah.
I wanted to ask this pre-analysis question. Do you get them from when you're working for, or you just the same for any data set you want to work on?
For any analysis, it's advisable to break it down this way. It's not just for this particular one. If you are doing any analysis, always have if you notice, the essence of this analysis is to even help you to understand what the data is saying, or see the story of the data. What is the story of this data, for instance? Story of the data. You can say this data set. What am I doing? Sorry. You can say this data set tells the story of game sales across different regions such as maybe EU, North America, blah blah blah. Then Japan is JP, and global. So it also being all of this shows you that it's going to, how do I put it? It shows that you know what you are doing. You're going to take time to do all of this. I'm trying to hurry. So it also tells the the game release date. You can write it, the game release date, and so you just look at your data. What story is it telling? And you write it there. The platforms, the genre of the games, and all of that. So then let's go to what we have today. Let's go into the analysis proper. So this is what you can do. You highlight all of them, and let's insert a pivot table. People should know all of this, so I guess so. I'll have less questions from this. I always add to data model because I want everything to be connected. I'm building a model, so take this, add to the data model, then you click OK. Then I want it in a new sheet, All right. So it's loading, and yeah, it bumps me here. So I can name this, call this, let's say, just say pivot tables. This is pivot table. I want all my pivot table to be here. So first question, right? Let me see. So the first question we are trying to answer, let's look at top 10 best-selling games globally. Top 10 best-selling games globally. So let's say top what did I even say again? Top 10 best-selling games globally. Top 10 best-selling games globally. All right. So this is what we want to look at from this. So what do you think I will do from here? I want to look at the top 10 best-selling games globally. Top 10 best-selling games. So I have where's the game? Game is the name. So you can bring the name to the rows. So in terms of best-selling, we are looking at game sales. We have the global sales. Since you have NA, EU, JP order, and global is the sum total of the four of this. So since the question is saying best-selling games globally, go with globally and bring global sales to the values. So by default, it might even rank it based on, to sort it based on this row label. So you can always come here, right click here, and sort from largest to the smallest. So then when you've done that, you come to this part, this row labels, you right click here, then you say filter, come to top 10, then you select, you can leave it as 10 by sum of global sales, click OK. So I just need the 10, I don't want too much stories. So the top 10 best games, we have Wii Sports, Grand Theft Auto, Super Mario, and this something to notice, these digits, they are in, I think, $1 billion. Let me check because I need to be sure. Where did I get the data from? Just a minute, please. I need to be sure. I got it from Cargo, but I just want to know. Okay, I think this is it. So this is where it's talking about the data. So it is in millions. So it's in million in dollars, USD millions. So in millions. USD millions. So Wii Sports, $82 million and all of that. So you can right click, then you can insert if you want. Let's insert a chart here. So recommended chart. We have a bar chart, we have a line chart, we have the best and suitable one to use. Do I have time to ask? Who can tell me? I'm working with 10 categories. You can tell me the best chart to use. Is it line? Is it area? Is it donut? Pie chart or bar chart or column chart? Which one?
Column chart.
Column chart.
Oh, column chart.
Good. That's good. So we can either use this column chart, or we can use bar chart. We can use a bar chart. Let me see which one works better. Because of the long names, the lengthy names here, let me use a bar. So it's just for you to find out which is best. Just turn off the field buttons. I don't like field buttons. Remove this. enlarge this a bit. Okay, so can change the title here. So top 10 best-selling games globally. All right. So yeah, what to do? So if you from here now, this is very important. I don't want this, so please just stay with me. You can remove this. This is from lowest to highest. So just double tap this, or yeah, to bring out something like this. So I like to use rounded corners. Rounded corners, you see the effect. Rounded corners is there's this roundedness here. So that's for the chart options. If you come towards the this is chart title, horizontal values, then you can no, vertical categorical values. Okay. So again there, I'm trying to see if something we can do. Okay. Okay, let me just that's for the border field. I don't want to fill anything. So basically what you'll be doing here is we are editing this our chart now. And you can always focus on one so that when you do one and you've gotten what you need, you can always duplicate it instead of creating it all over again. So under the axis options, then values in reverse order. So it's supposed to be categories in reverse order. So I'll come to this, okay, then categories in reverse order. So I want to see from the highest to the lowest. You can choose to increase this. Then let me remove this this axis here. Remove this and put our data labels. Okay, data labels. What do we do here? Come to label option, the number, then see, let's leave it as, let's put currency. My default currency is Naira. Change it to US dollars. Then I can put a unit here. I'm trying to, I'm trying to put M beside. So it shows that this is a million in dollars. This is optional. If you want to do this, you can do this, but if you don't want to, you can always remove it. Okay. All right. So let's address the font. Let me see. This is Calibri. Let's use Aptos. Increase it. Let's use it off because that's to be visible. So I can just format the painter here and drop it here. So everything, I don't have to be doing everything again and again. Like this a bit. Okay. So then if you've done all of this, the next thing to do would be the colors. You can choose to use a monochrome. Monochrome is like just one color, black, white, or you can choose to be dynamic with it. So since we are doing games, I think gamify colors, games usually come. What colors predominant with games? Who can tell me? Should I use a purple? Okay. Let's walk around with green. Let's walk around green. So you can put the deepest shade of green here. Then you can also put the deepest shade of green here. Just disperse it. This next one. The next one takes the next green. So I'm doing it 2-2. This one takes the next shade. This one takes the next shade. Then This one takes the next lighter shades. Are they different? All right, yeah. Then this one takes this. Then the last two would take the lightest shade. Remember that if you are building stuff like this, you ensure that you don't have outlines. Ensure that you don't have outlines in your. So yeah, I think then for consistency, you can make the text the deepest shade of the green you're working with. So everything just flushes across. Everything flushes across. Then this should be, since this is the title, let's give this app tools that we're working with, consistency, and let's make this 18. And yeah, there goes. So one more thing I would like to do is, I don't like the data, the bars, they are very slim. So to do this, just tap on it as I've tapped on it. Come here under this, then you can increase the gap width. Gap width is around 182. If you see the difference, if you increase it like this, you reduce it, it increases. So I like to use let me use 90, something like this. Oh, let me try 75. Yeah, I think this is fair, if you ask me. This is fair, if you ask me. All right, so this is for just one. We've done just one. Now the mistake most people do here is that from this, then they'll come again. You can start duplicating the pivot tables in different sheets. I like to have everything here in one place so I can monitor it very well. Now let's go to the next one. To do that, you can just come here, pivot table analyze, select entire pivot. You can copy it, come to somewhere like this, then Control V, you paste it. So you're going to have another pivot here. If I come in, I want to show you something. Let's come in. Okay. Let's say filter top 10, then I make this top 5. You see, this chart is linked to this. That's what's happening. This chart is linked to this, so I can have other pivot tables and other charts here, such that I don't need to be doing it all over again. Okay, I think we get that. Now the next question we want to look at is market shares of sales by region. Market shares of sales by region. Market shares of sales by region. Let's just drop the text here. Market shares of sales by, by region. So market shares of sales by region, that's the next thing we're looking at. So to do this, from what we have here, here's my pre-analysis. Okay, so we're looking at the market share of sales by the region we have. You know, we have EU, blah 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 blah. So to do this, here's it. Okay, to do this, let me remove this. Okay, so we have, look at the NA sales, the EU sales, the JP sales. So this is the sum of all the sales by the regions. Then where's the other? I think there's one more. Okay, other sales. Then, oh sorry, it's a mistake. So what's the question again? Market shares of sales by region. Do we have a region here? Let me ask you guys first. Since we're doing together, what do you think we'll do here? Who will help me out?
Since we've already selected the EU and the different regions, I think maybe the roles would be the games itself. Since we've already selected the regions, then maybe the roles will be the games themselves, so that the regions will
Okay.
now be on the games or something.
Is there any other person? Michael is in attendance. This is just 7. The class is 6 to 8. Just 30 minutes to the end of the class, you see attendance. Anybody else? Okay. So you are right. Since we have, I was thinking there's a column, dedicated column where we have the region. Since these are just regional sales, we can decide to see that by the name of the game. So this is also, it's still under top 5. So coming, so we can address that with filter. This is top 10. Let me use that as top 5, but then by the sum of the global sales. So let's see to this. So for this we can insert. Okay, we can insert the recommended chart. So what chart do you think we'd use here? Okay, we have, let me see this. Someone is saying something. Yeah, I'm listening.
I was thinking we can use start column bar.
Yeah, exactly. You either use the start or use the cluster. This is start. This is how start looks like. So you just for you to check out which is looking better. Is it this or this? Test of preference. I don't know, whichever. Let's go with let's go with this. Let's go with this. So if I don't want to do so much, I can just tap on this chart, format painter, and just change everything here. Then yes, it's I don't want the field buttons. Okay, I think it should be in rounded shapes already. I thought listen, is it whining me? Format paint. Sometimes this format painter just doesn't even do what I want.
I think it doesn't work for chat. It only works for 30 bucks.
It doesn't work for
On my own system, the format printer does not work for chat. For visualization, it only works for 30 bucks. Most times, I don't.
Oh, that's strange. No problems. That's not an issue. I'll show you the second way we can do it. So let's work on this. So we have, these are the top 5 games, but this is their distribution in terms of NSOs. What do you observe here? See the GTA now. GTA is doing well in it's actually doing well in Europe. GTA, that's Grand Theft Auto, and Wii Sport, they're doing well in Europe and America. But when it comes to other sales, Wii Sports, they are doing well in other countries with GTA. In fact, GTA is averagely, they are doing well, but this still tops the charts. So let's mend this. I don't need the lines. Okay, surrounded second. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I was confused for a bit. What led us to those 5 categories under the room labels?
You said what made us do what?
Like what led us to choosing just 5? Are we only looking at five games for this particular?
For this particular one, I decided to use the distribution of in regional sales for the top 5 games based on the global sales.
All right, thank you.
You understand? Yeah, the other one we can, if we say let's do this as top 10, that have it to be, to be more and more and more. So I'm just focusing on based on the top out of these 10 now that we have as the top 10. Let's focus on 5 and see their distribution in terms of region. Do you get the idea?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's what we're trying to do here. So we're trying to look at of the top 10 sales, what is the distribution of the top 5? So from here you can now see that in terms of region, Tetris, I'm even surprised that Tetris is among the top highest. But then let's work on the labels, label options, label number. Let's put this as let's see, currency, but the currency should be in dollars. Yes, then to add that for those that didn't see the other time, I put a quotation mark, like and put beside, then you click on add. So it just adds it, then yeah, that's how I did it. Or I can just do, because of time, I will not have the time to be doing everything on by one. I'll just remove the, let me leave it as this. So for the NA sales, some of North American sales, can give this the green. For this one, we can give this green. For this one, we can give this one. We can give this this, yeah, something like this. Then let me work on the, all right. So I think this is okay. Let me shoot this. So you just adjust it based on, we might see the other adjustment when it comes to when we start putting it together in the dashboard. All right. So the last thing to do will just to be on the font. The font I used here was Aptos 12. So make sure to be consistent with it. Then we use the green. Then this, let's do the same. We use the deepest green. Then we do other ones, but let's focus on others for now. So we can even shift this if we want. Can extend it, so it's just have to be, I can decide to move them here and I want them in the file. You see how you can, so since there is space at the top here, that's why I'm trying to utilize it. Can bring this up here, can shift this a bit. Did you see that? So now I have room for this. Yes, I have room for this, and the other stuff is up here. So yeah, I think that's for that. Then we can move ahead. All of this, Control C, Control V. So we have another one here. Now, let's look at sales trend by year. This should be very easy. You already know the
I have a question, please, about what we just finished.
Okay.
Since we started off to answer market shares of sales by region, could we still not achieve that if we did like the sum of NS sales, sum of European sales as rows? Then we did like a pie chart. Since this one now is market shares of sales by region for top 5 selling games.
Okay, I think like we should make this by rows. Let me try to understand what you're saying. I'm coming. Just stay still with me. I'll see. You mean bringing this here to rows, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Okay. See, that would have worked, but it's because it's in a look at it's like let me show you the data itself. See the data here.
Mm-hmm.
So they are all numbers. So if I put them all in the rows, then we're not going to really get. I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying?
Sorry, you are breaking. I did not get you.
I said if we put all of them in the rows like this, we're not going to see what we're going to have because the rows, the columns, all these columns are numerical.
Okay.
Do you get?
Mm-hmm.
So from this, if I say let me add, it's basically not going to work. But if there was a row or so if there was a column designated with just region, like specifically region, and we have global sales on the side, then we would have used that. Let me show you something we can do. In that case, because of time, maybe I might not like. Let me show you what we can do. You can have. You can, if as me we had a column called region, for instance, and we have north, blah blah blah. So we can now check them based on the global sales. That way, it will be easier to use the donut chart you're seeing. But in this case, would not work because of. So the best thing to do now is just that's what we did. Actually, fair. But then the name would no longer be market shares of sales by region. It would be could be let's say market shares of top 5 regional market shares of top 5 games, something like this. Let's add the chart title. Forgotten I'm supposed to add the chart title here. So you get what I'm saying, right? Right. I think this was give you 18, the last one, give you this column. And this one can go back up here. Yeah, that should be. All right, so the next one I'm looking at says we're looking at sales trend by year. Sales trend by year. So we're looking at sales trend by year. Sales trend by year. By year. Okay. So for this, this is very easy to understand. We're going to use a line chart when you are doing trend analysis. So let's go to use a line chart. So we can put the year and global sales. So let's see the year with the highest sales. I'm sure 2020 will be the lowest. But let's see the highest. From what I can see, I think is 2007.
Why so sure?
Huh? No, because
Why?
I'm sure. Okay, because it's not complete. Based on what we have, this data is like early 2019. So it doesn't capture all game sales. If not, 2020 would have been the highest because of COVID. People played a lot of games that period. But the data is not complete. It's early, just stopped at January 2020 or so. So, but then we'll find that the best thing is data does not lie. So insert recommended chart. This is a line. So we can say okay. So remove this, stretch this, Let me leave this. Remove the field buttons. Sales trend by here. Copy this. Paste this. Change the show you something here. Make this 18. Change the column. Remove this I'm trying to let's remove the line. Okay, I think this is fair. Then for this line, you'd see okay, that's plot area. Is it plot area? No, it's under here. Okay, no, sorry. Let me just tap on the line. So you'd see come here, plot season. Okay. All right, let's paint the line. Since we're using a green solid line. Let's use this green smoothed line. I always like to smoothen the line. Gives like snake kind of look. So what else? All right, then the marker. This marker option is optional. You can put marker that indicates this is what the markers look like. These small markers. That's what the markers are. So you can choose not to put any marker. No. So just a smooth line. Let's increase this to up to 12, up to 12, then a green, and so sales trend by from what we see, you can feel the this whatever what they call it. You can feel this. Let me show you what I'm trying to say. Use a solid feel. Okay. Let me make it around the corners. So on the corners. You can change this area chart if you want. If you want to feel under here, but let me leave it this way first. So from what we can see, what year do you think is the highest when it comes to game sales? In 2009, 2008. For this axis here, we can let's say currency, then United States. I don't want any decimal, please. Okay. Then let me add million. So yeah. All right. So sales trend. Let me say global sales trend by year. So how many charts do we have now? 1, 2, 3. See coming together. This is 14. So this is where you guys will give me 5 to 7 minutes. Let me save. I will save this workbook. Don't go anywhere. I'm coming back. I'll just log in from my second PC. Let me save this and transfer the file. So you guys don't go anywhere. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Can't hear you.
You mentioned that it's taking 5 minutes. We'll be right back.
He
I
said he
can't
will be
even.
back. He said he will be back. He needed to connect to his second PC.
All right, I'm back, guys. Back like I never left. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Sharp,
You can
sharp.
hear.
All right, so let me take it cheap. So, how far? How's it going? Are you guys following, or are you following me at all? All right, okay, very good. So I'm sure you can see my screen too. Okay, very good, very good. So, yeah, let me put that file. Think download. So let's quickly send it. I just hope this is it. I sent it before the other one shut down. So open. Oh my god. Wait, how many feet does this thing have? Just one? Ah, you guys should hang there. Just wait first. Let me confirm. Okay, this was the other one. Let me send it. Just hang in there. Let me transfer this out. That's what you get for being in Nigeria. And I don't know. God will help us in this country. Doesn't really help us.
Amen.
And then a bigger amen because it's something else. Do you know? I don't know. Other because I used to follow World Update. Do you know how many energy sources other countries are coming up with? Some countries generate energy from refuse, from physics, from some even from what they call it, from waste, and I don't know where we are in Nigeria. I really don't know.
That's why I left pharmaceutical after the analysis. I'm leaving this country for all of you.
My dear Leno, Len and Jackman. So I'm trying to send the file. Okay. So what
We need
happened
to
was
give
you said what? You saying something? You said what?
we need to give ourselves some grace. We are barely 60 years old, but and with in fact with this thing that we are doing, we are going to leapfrog all of the developmental strides that other nations went through. So
Definitely.
just we just
Definitely.
need to give ourselves some grace.
And as Africans, yeah, I think Africans are one of the best, and I don't. We are so bright. We are so bright in terms of skills, in terms of our thinking, in terms of we are so bright, very bright. An average African or an average Nigerian is
That's
so
a
smart.
educative system that's like very bad. Adidas are very good.
So there was this documentary I was watching, one docu-series about the excellence of Nigerians that move abroad. So 80% of Nigerians that move abroad, they succeed. That number is very high. I mean, when I mean abroad, Europe, Estonia, United States, Canada, North America in general. So Nigerians are actually doing well, doing very well. So
Yes,
just keep it up,
it's
keep it up.
inevitable. By the time you see your systems are working for you, all you just need to do is provide money. You will find way make the money now. Make the system keep working.
Definitely,
What's
definitely.
available over working systems.
So, the thing there is almost they'll be looking at their challenge, what they don't have, but just use what the little you have to get what you want. So I think you're up and running now. This is the real file. You notice different thing. This is that thing. But you guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah, you can see your screen. I'm very surprised you have two systems. Well done.
Okay. So what am I doing? Alright, I'm trying to bold in this stuff. Okay. So we've done this is global sales trend. So okay. All right. The next thing we'll be looking at, because once we create like 4, let's say 5, 6 charts, which is 7, we'll go to that. You won't waste time on that, because all the work we're doing are here. So the next thing we're looking at, okay, we're seeing global sales trend by year, regional market shares. Okay, so next, what do we have here? Okay, so let's see the top genres by global sales. So let's see the game genre that tops it in terms of global sales. All right, I know you already know what we're going to use. Top genres by global sales. Let me just copy this. Okay. So for this, I will just remove the name. That's going on. Reloading. Okay, remove the name, any sales, E sales. I don't need those. I don't need the JP sales. Other sales. So I'm looking at just global sales and genre. So we have how many genre? 1, 2, think about 10. Let's sort from the highest to the lowest. So action, of course, sports, shooter games. Okay, so these are the top. So top, say top 5. We need top 5. So let's bring this down to 5. Shooter top. You can also do bottom 5. You can see the underperforming games. So it's not only top. We can. I'm just saying this in case you didn't know. You can see the bottom 5, but top 5 games by some of genre, sorry. So okay. Insert recommended chat. Let me use this chat here. This is called a donut chat. It's a donut because there's a hole in it. Okay. Alright. Let's work on this. So what we can see to do here is first things first. And see. Okay. Look at the area. Do we need to fill it? We don't need to fill it. The donut size. So I would like to. Okay. I think this is fair. This donut explosion is if you want it to separate from each other. So you can pick only one. So let me show you the use case here. So if this is the highest, this is the top. Action is the top, right? So you select just action and explode it. Explode just the to indicate that hey, this is the highest. They're just telling them. So let me make this let's explode it by 12%. Yeah, so you're trying to tell whoever is looking at this of all this is the highest. So their focus will be here. What else? Okay. Alright. Do you need the board down? Let me just use the rounded corner. Yeah, rounded corner. Then one enough. I don't think this I've installed Aptos font on this one here. I'll just use area. Well, then let's make this 12. I think just 12 we are using, right? And the color was the screen. Okay. I'm using my data labels. So for the data label, this one here is tricky. If you choose to do a data label, like from what you guys have been watching in your lessons on data camp, you can bring this out if you want. I just bring them out. Oh, okay. So you can just bring this out here. And you just have one arrow indicating okay, attaching it to it, something like this. Okay, select all of them, make it 12. Use the green. Then so the title here would be what's the title? So we're looking at the top 5 genres by global sales. Actually have my keyboard for this my system is actually kind of bad. That's why I should dump it. So I'm going to be using on-screen keyboard. Shut up, man. Yes. Okay, top 5. What's it again? Thought I muted. Are you guys hearing any keyboard sounds?
No,
No,
sir.
no, not at all.
Okay, alright, good. So top 5, top genre. Let me just indicate top 5. Just the top genres. Let me use this one. Top genres. Top genres by global sales. This one will actually delay us. But it's NEPA. I don't know. We had light almost throughout yesterday. Don't know what happened today. Okay. We just make do what we have. As long as I'm making progress. So I'm using the best shade of the green and I'm bolding it. Alright, so we have the last thing to do here is just touch our colors and we are good to go. So let's give action. Action should be, let's give action this column. The next is sports. Sports should be, let's give sports this column. Then the next is shooter, and after shooter, then this last one, like this. As I said, be careful when you're using this explosion. Always explode when you want to indicate the highest. Okay, so I guess we're good to go. So top genres by global sales. Where are my other chats? What's going on? Okay, fear. Yes, even this one I just did. All right, I beg. So what else? What else? So almost completing, almost done with. Just let's see two more chats, then we'll go to our dashboard. So let's look at done regional distribution. Let's look at platforms. The platforms, top 5 platforms. So instead of these sales here, okay, that's something I want to do. So instead of coming field list, so I'm removing this genre and this platform. Then short form. So we can see PS2. I think before now, most guys should have known that PS2 would be the highest. PS2 is PS2 is, well, I think how many are they up to? 20. PS2 ranks the highest. So let's just leave it as top. There it's filter. Okay. So let's make this top 5 and global sales. All right. Okay. So here we can decide to have I used a straight bracket. Okay, this is bar. Okay. Okay, just checking. So for this, we can choose to use this one here if you want to. You can use where is that here? You can use a line chart for this. You can use I don't like this. See, if your values, let me advise you guys, if your values are almost the same, like you see this is 900, 900, 900, there isn't much difference. You are not supposed to use the pie chart because from looking at this now, you can't even tell which is bigger, which is smaller without the values. So this is a no-go area. Even this is still no-go because the values are almost closely identical. So let's go with this. Here we can easily visualize the difference. Turn off the field buttons. Remove this. Remove this. Don't want this. I would add the data value. Okay. So give me a minute, guys. Just a minute, please. Okay. Yes. All right. So we're still following the same because, as I was saying, consistency. You have to be consistent. Consistent with everything you're doing. Don't flood everywhere too many colors. I would have, this is the basic one. I don't want to go so deep into, if not I would have gone further to show us some other things. But let's start basic, just basic.
So what do you mean by further? Can you just explain so we have an idea?
Okay, by further I mean there are other ways. Like if I'm trying to build a professional dashboard now, this one I'm doing is like the basic one. What I could do is um I wouldn't I don't really used to use just one range of colors. There's something we call primary color, contemporary complementary color. So there's some colors that would go with green that you can use 2 or 3 marks. But if you are not good with colors, just go with this. Just use a range instead of colors should be fighting in your dashboard. Just use one simple one you can use. So I don't want to go and doing I don't do anything complex for those that want to replicate what I'm doing. Alright. So one thing I noticed here is the bar. Make this rounded corner. So as I was saying about the bar width. So let's reduce this. Mm, 17. Yeah, I guess this is fine. Okay. 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 Then this should be 12. And so the top, you can say top, top what again? This is what's the name of this type again? Is it publisher or what?
Platform.
Platform. Yeah, thank you. So top platform, top platform by global sales. Okay. Okay. I think this is 18. This keyboard is actually going to express me this again. So I just lost what I typed. Oh wow. God. Okay, let me type it again. Top platform by global sales. Top platform by global sales. Okay, I think this is fair enough. Let me just build in this. Okay. I think this is also good to fly. How many now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me add one more. Then we can do. I'll just start. So this one, let's do the average sales per game. No, I'll add that as KPI. Don't worry, I'll add that as a KPI. KPI is key performance indicators. You can use KPI cards. We'll do all of that. Trying to rush. Let me do one more. Let me use let's look at the publisher. This is okay. Let's look at publisher wise distribution of the sales. Publisher wise, I'll tell you what I mean. This is publisher, and this is global sales, and this is okay. Shop largest to lowest. Nintendo. It's crazy. So let's filter by top 10. Don't see the in terms of publisher now. For this, let's try Treemark. Now that sometimes you want to use some charts. For instance, yeah, this Treemark, for instance, this Treemark. You notice that you can't be able to use it. See, I think I said this in our last class or so. The last time I spoke with you guys. Treemark, some of all these charts that you can't be able to use is because it's housed in a pivot. So because of this pivot, whatever, it won't work. So what you can do is, if you want to use that particular this, just copy this, then paste it, but then you paste it as values. You paste it as values. Do you get? You paste it as values so that you can, when you come to the chart, you see that other chart, that tree map suddenly comes up. So do you get? So in case you want to use tree map, you want to use other charts, and it's not coming out for you, you can copy them out from the pivot table and use it. So this is tree map now. Did you hear what I said?
Please, I didn't get it.
How many people are speaking? I can't hear.
So can you just repeat how you got out this table again? I think that's basically what people want to know.
Okay. So yes, the thing is, there's some charts that you can't do without removing them from pivot table. So pivot, it limits. Okay, see this for example. I try to insert, come here to insert recommended chart. So you can't use, there's some charts you can't even use histogram here. You can't use sunburst. You can't use, because see what I said. You can't create this chart type with data inside a pivot table. Please select a different chart type or copy the data outside the pivot table. So that's what we just did. So I just copied everything here, Control A, came here, pasted it. But instead of, let me do it again here. So we do Control V and do Control A, Control C. So if you want to paste here, Control V, you see that it's coming as pivot. But then you see this drop down, paste options. Then you paste values as, you see 1, 2, 3. Look for where you see 1, 2, 3. That's paste just the values. So you paste just the values. So anything called pivot just disappears entirely. This is alright. So that's what I did here. Let me do Control Y. Oh, what am I doing? Alright. So just clear the content. So yeah, that's how I got this. Now for this chart is drawing from here. The disadvantage of this is, since I already added this data to my data model and I would want to add slicers, I might not be able to interact the slicers with this because this is not feeding from my pivot. Did that make sense? Did anybody get that? Did you get that?
Can you repeat yourself?
Yes.
Okay, let me repeat it.
No,
So, okay, let me repeat it. So if you look at this this stuff here, it's not feeding from what you watch from data lab, data camp. I mean, see that we can. This is where, if I over any chart, what it highlights is where it's feeding from, where it's getting the data from. You see that if I erase this, it's getting grand total now. See grand total here, taking a bunch of what is all of this. If I raise this up and I say I don't want grand total, it disappears. So what is this telling you? This chart is feeding from this place, but not this chart, this pivot table, because I copied the data from this and I pasted it as just values. So imagine I add slicers now and I add my slicers to the model and I want to slice maybe if I insert slicers and I want to slice by the year, for instance, this would not work. It would not reflect on my slicer because slicer feeds from the pivot table and this is not coming from pivot table. This chart is coming from here. So that's one disadvantage. And so for that reason, I'm not going to use this chart. Though it's nice to use, but I'm not going to use this tree maps. I would use a chart that is suitable on a pivot table, something like an area chart, something like this. You can use this. Now you can use even maps would not work because it's still in pivot. So if you go around, you just copy your data out and paste it. So because I'll be adding sliders, let me just use an area chart. Let's work with this because of time. So I just needed to show you guys how you can do this. So let me clear the content. So you just grab that and just have that back of your mind. Alright. Feed buttons. Let's remove this. Even this chart if I don't let me change chart please. Because this AI is not going to work. Change chart type. This AI is not going to work for me. About this, I'm trying to see.
Okay, so honestly, I think we'll benefit better if you can like use all the different charts. So you don't necessarily need to stick to a pivot. So you could, for example, now, like since that one was what did you call it again? Tree map bar. It's nice. So that at least you are giving us a variety of all the different charts. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a pivot. The main thing is that just make us see how the different charts can come out if you get it. I think that would be really helpful.
Yeah, if I'm to do
But
that,
you're missing the whole thing because he wants to do a dashboard at the end of the day. We're not yet done with it. And for the dashboard to be like 100% complete, that slicer is important. So that's why he's sticking to charts that we can use for our dashboard.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you for that. Thank you, Holda. So the essence of what we are doing is dashboard. If I was just doing a class on chat, if I was just showing chat, I would definitely we use different chats. I even use Soundburst. So show you how to use Soundburst on other chats. But because we are building a dashboard, and if your dashboard is not interactive, imagine I have a slicer with year. So when I select 2008, man, I want to see all the game sales in 2008. And tree map is just static. Tree map is not moving with the rest. The stakeholder will be like, what's going, why is this not? So we are trying to engage the interactivity together, blend it into one. And you can't do that if your data is not feeding from your pivot. Remember, I added pivot to data model. So if I add slicers, once I slice by anything, everything is supposed, if you report the connections very well, everything is supposed to reflect. So that's the idea. And always make sure that you are not when you are choosing chat, you're not choosing chat because of maybe what is fine. That frame of that right, if I feed it with the colors to be fine. But then as I said, the idea is not to be fine. If you notice, it's based on the user. Is it user friendly? The person that will be using it, can he just look at my dashboard and okay, get the point? Someone saying something. So first things first, let me reduce this. Let me just see this by top 5. The top 5 publishers now. So we just want to focus on top 5 publishers. Okay, this area could work if I work on it. Okay, so under this border, as usual, we just pick a rounded corner. Then okay, format it. Let's see the color. Use this screen. Trying to remove this and make this let's make this 12 and make this 12 too. Okay, use the color. Use the color. Alright, so I think the only thing now is the title. Then we can go ahead with that. So this is top, I think this is publishers, right? Top publishers by sales, by global sales. Publisher by global sales. Okay. So as usual 18, then change the color, then bold it. I think we are good to let's just move on. So we have all the charts we need. Then you can now create a new sheet. Let's do this. Oh no, my name is everything. My name is dashboard. The keyboard, some keys are not working. So dash B, let me do that. So to prep our canvas for our dashboard, we don't need these grid lines. We can't be doing dashboard and have grid lines all over. So just select the whole sheet. You come to view, then you turn it off. You see where you turn it off. You see headings, formula bar, grid line. So you turn off the grid line. Most cases you turn off from, but towards the ending you can turn off the formula bar. The formula bar is this stuff you have here. You can turn it off. So you just have your canvas. Canvas is like where you do the dashboard. You can reduce this to 90%, 100% gone. We'll find out if we need more space. So first things first, decide what color do you want your canvas to be. Let's see. Okay, so let's fill this
Green.
with yeah, definitely we'll use, since we're using a range of colors, you can't use white or you green. We use green. Let's do, looking for the range we could use. Let me use this. So there are two things you could do. Now guys, please pay attention. There are two things you could do here. If you want to bring in this chart, that we have here as is, it's good. But I would always advise you have a template, it's called dashboard wireframe. So I'm going to use shapes to determine how I want my dashboard to look like. So just stay with me. We'll do this together. So let's use this shape. So I want the dashboard to have the title stuff here. This will be my title. So this will be my title. So once I work on one, I will just duplicate it. So let's flush this. Let me fill it with okay, let's fill the shape. sorry, filling. So we are filling the shape with, let me see, it's the second light option coming, or we can even use, no, let's use white. Yes, I'll use white. So I don't want outlines. To remove the outlines, you right click on the shape, you come to outline. Outline, see what outlines are. Outlines are these black things here. Yeah, that's outline. So right click, come to outline, then you see no outline. See the difference, right? Good. So this is where I want my title to be. So I can just do Control D. Control D is to duplicate. Then this is where I can start. Okay, for the KPI cards, I want the KPI cards to be on my KPI cards to be, let's see here. This one's too big. And this yeah, 120. Okay, so the KPI cards will be here. Then once you've done it like this, let me leave it like this. Then you can do Control D. If you do Control D and you push it this way, there's one beautiful thing about Excel. If you do Control D again, it should just do it for you. You see it. You don't even need to stress. I hope you got that. Or should I do what I did again? Okay, I'm guessing you got that. So once you copy the shape and you do Control D, and you do Control D like again, it's just automatically okay. Oh, this is how you want it, and do the magic for you.
Sorry, are you saying Control Z or Control V?
I'm saying D for dog, like Control C, Control D. When you do it like this, Excel is trying to find the patterns. Okay, if I do Control D again, it just understand. Okay, this is how this guy wants it, and it does it for us. So Control D again. What I'm trying to do is, this is dashboard wireframe, how the dashboard will look like. So because I want to do it once, you don't need to start doing, so you just have to take your time to do it one time, and the rest can. I'll see what I'm trying to achieve here. Okay. Okay. Yes. So now, when you're building dashboards, there are two things. I said it before. I think in one of the last lessons, I've said it before. You must follow some certain rules. You want to do like very good that you must follow certain rules. Some of them, I'll just say them off the top of my head. So one is the rule of consistency. That's be consistent with what you are doing. If you're using one particular, I can't be using rounded corners here. Come and use block or square. So be consistent throughout. That's one. Another one is rule of outlines.
There was a break in transmission. I didn't get
Who is speaking? I can't hear you. Okay, maybe that was a mistake. So
I said there was a break in transmission, sir. You stop that. There are certain rules and we
okay, so let me go by it again. When you're creating dashboard, there are some rules you need to abide by. The first one is rule of consistency. Rule of consistency is, applying the same. What you are doing to A is what you are doing to B. What you are doing to C is what you are doing to D. Like I can't be using a rounded corner here, and I'm using block corners in other side. So you must be consistent throughout. That's the rule of consistency. The next one is rule of outlines. You should not have outlines all over your chart. Outlines, I showed you what outlines are, so I guess you know that. The next one is the Z rule. Z for zebra. Z as in zebra, yeah. So Z rule, follows the Z pattern. If you look at this wireframe I've just drawn out here now, you see that it follows a Z pattern. This is what I mean by Z. Look at it. Yeah, get it. Something like this. It's not just, you don't just start doing building blocks, you have to follow a pattern. Why are you using a Z pattern? You are telling a story with dashboard. So whoever is looking at your dashboard, they start looking from here. Then their eyes move this way, move this way, move this way. In fact, a study was done by some scholars, and they found out that majority of the heat map. You understand what I mean by heat map, right? The heat map, that's where people look at the most. The heat map for CVs, resumes, they are always at the top, towards the diagonal area, and towards the end. So the important points should be at the top, towards the side, towards the end, because that's the way the eye moves. So the human eye moves this way, this way. So your dashboard should have or follow a Z pattern. Okay, that's good. So let's start bringing the chart. So this is what I'll do. Yes, come here. You can just copy it directly. Copy. Then come here. If you paste it here, just do Control V. If you do Control V, you see that it comes. Oh no, it comes in with the shape. This is, but because I already have a shape here, what I will do here is just right click on this. Then sorry, just stop it. Let that stuff come out. All right. So you see, fill, no fill, blah blah blah. Just fill it. Just say no fill. It becomes transparent, and that's what I want. So as it is transparent, I can put it this way. Are we seeing that? So just to sit comfortably in the shape I have created for it. So I want it to just sit comfortably. So at the end of the day, this is how it will look like. Okay. Okay. Yeah, something like this. But one thing you notice is there's some small, there's an outline here because I made it transparent, so that outline is shown. To do that, you just right click, then come to outline, you say no outline. So see that outline has gone. Alright. So I think you guys are following. Okay, let's go to the next chart. So it's starting to make sense. This next one. We are telling a story. Remember that we are telling a story. So the first story I'm trying to tell them, okay, this is the trend of sales for the years. So the next one I'll put here is after they have seen the yearly trend of sales, they would want to see the regional, the top 10 of those yearly trends. Which one is now the best selling? So let's pick this. Control C, come to my dashboard here and just do a Control V. Same thing I did there. I remove the fill, the border, say no line. I remove the outline. So this can go out. Then I'm going this like this. Now, so we can, what we are trying to do is trying to fit it into. Okay, just a minute. So we're trying to fit it into this guy here. You see why? That's why if the truth is, if you can view a dashboard in Excel, you are good. Like you are good. Because dashboard building in Excel is not for the weak. It's not like Power BI. I don't know who has you or who uses Power BI. You will notice that this is not a chart play. This needs your wit, for at least for Power BI, there's something that guides you when you want to do lines. so that everything fall in line. This is different. So you have to use your eyes. Your eyes will be doing lots of measurement. So it's not what's going on in this course. Okay. What's going on? Okay, we are back.
Sorry, how soon would this video be available so that we can replicate this thing?
It should be available before Tuesday.
Okay.
It should be available for, just be on the lookout. It always be sent to your mail. You send a mail, okay, that this is your recording for the last class. So you can just follow through. And in your video, if you are watching your video, what you do for me, I don't want to do all of those now because of time. What you do for me is that you can use a text box. You can use a text box to add the title of the chat and remove that text from where it is. I'll show you what I mean. Like this title now, you can remove it and add it in a text box to conserve space.
Oh, okay.
You know this password. Is it back? No working. I think. But you guys can hear me. You can hear me, yeah?
Yes, can hear you clearly.
Yes.
Alright. Okay. Okay. In the next 8 minutes, we'll be done. Just hang in there, please. For the attendance, let me. You should have dropped this. Let me drop the attendance for you guys. You know, Mr. Divine said will not be available. I forgot to tell you guys. So basically, I'm alone here, so I'm teaching and trying to do all that thing.
We've already filled the attendance now.
So as someone dropped it already. So I don't know, this cursor is, I don't know if it's problem into my mouth. I think it's back. Alright, I think we're back on track. So this is what I'm saying. You can remove the title here. If I delete this now, you can remove the title and use a text box. You can insert, where is it? Yeah, under shapes. You see it, you can insert a text box and write it manually by yourself. That blah 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 blah. That works. Or you can just leave it as is. Whichever one. But because of the space, this font is kind of big for the dashboard. Let me use a 14. I think this is fair. Because before it was very big before. So I think this is better. Okay, good. So you see what I did? I created the shape, then I'm building this in the shape. Alright, so we have, alright, I think, how do I know that all these things now that it's not on the same line because of parallax error? But then you just have to use it, the Excel for you. Okay, I think, yeah, let's go to the next one. Let's do this Control C, or let me just make it transparent here. Make it transparent before moving. So basically two things, no field, no line, that's all. Then we copy and the die Control V. So you raise this up now. Nah, that's not what I want to do. Okay, so bring this down here just to fit it into put it into the what they call it. You have to be careful sometimes. Moving all these things will just be messing everything up. Okay, let me start from below. So okay. So once you are done, you just what's this name? So you just move it into the shape. You can use your arrow key to push it, or you use your mouse. Trying to use the mouse to drag it. Okay. It's not really good. So let me use automatic. Okay. Oh, okay. This stuff has no fuel. Right. Okay. Okay. And just do this. And then do this. As it already. The issue now is I'm really seriously trying to drag this up, and I don't know why this is giving me issues.
Um, try to select just one of that this thing. No, you're pushing it up.
This is
Yeah,
what I've
this
been doing.
one.
If you
Yeah.
select,
No.
if I select just one, so let me show you. Okay, for instance, sometimes this is the Excel on this laptop. This selecting the two now. If I say let me see,
Mm,
usually if I'm coming here, if I right click to
mm,
select just this one,
mm,
selecting the
mm.
shape.
You're moving it to the shape now, so you cannot select the shape.
Do
You're
you know what I'll
selecting
do?
two boxes. You're supposed to select only that very big one, like that.
No,
Yes.
I would this is what I'll do. I would put back the shape here. This is what I'll do. Don't worry. I would I think it's because it's transparent. So I should only make it transparent when I'm ready to place it there. So okay, then this is yeah.
I think the network is very bad. I can't see what you are presenting any longer.
You can see my screen.
I can see it now. Just came back. Thank you.
Okay. So let me do this. Alright. I'll copy this instead. So I think this should be easier to drag. So let me reduce the font of this. So what will happen is I would stop here. So what you guys do for me is over the weekend you can, when the video is out, you get the link. So you just have sent the data. Data is on what's the name again? Discord. So what you just do is replicate what I've done and probably stop where I stopped. Then we'll continue in our next class. Then we'll complete it. We'll complete the stuff in our next class. And we'll do this forms here. This is 10.
All right, thank you very much.
So,
But please, can you go back to the what was it actually the pre-analysis sheet? I'd like to check something.
yeah, you want to see something there? Okay, give me a minute.
You can also reduce the font of the legend. What do you think?
Yeah,
Instead of
continue
moving
explain.
chat.
I can't. I'm hearing two voices. So I'll go to the pre-analysis. Don't worry. I will before you would see it. Let me just. I'm trying to just do this to be very legible.
I think the other voice was suggesting we reduce the font of the legend, like maybe remove that some.
Okay. I already reduced the font, but if you see where this is feeding from here. Where's that legend? This thing. I can just do this as. Here's my formula now. View. So I can just do the NS sales because this is where it's getting whatever from. So use this as just NA sales, then this would be EU sales. That's a very good suggestion. Then this would be JP sales. And okay, just this four. So it will change here to just okay, some of other sales. Okay, let me change this to other sales. Other sales. Yeah, so this way I think it's be even easier to move this. Extend this. Extend this. Then the font text. Let me use this a bit. So, but you guys understand the idea of everything. By the time we are done, we'll continue in our next class. But by the time we are done, you would see that everything we are trying to do is just to make it very visible. We're trying to communicate this insight clearly. Then
Also,
yeah.
please could you speak a little again about the rule of outlines in
Yeah, so I was saying there are some rules. So the outlines, as I said, the outlines are outlines. They are the lines outside, the outside of the box, outside your text. So for instance, if there's an outline, let me show you what outline is here with this. So if I right click and I say outline, come to outline. Let me, even if I'm using a color, I'm using a green. You see this thing here. If you have to use it, you only use it when you like if you're a professional, you know how to use it, then you can use it. But this is not good here. Since the best is just to remove it. So make sure there are no outlines. Make sure that you don't have out. If you are using outlines, make sure that it's the color you are working with. That green now is even good. It's even looking sweet. Imagine I have these outlines now, these red outlines. It doesn't make sense. So that's why outlines are not good. So it's best to remove them. Now, I didn't even thank you for reminding me about the rules. Now, there's another one called rule of um, formatting. That's if you're using colors, can't come here and use green, then you're using another color in other places. So you get so then I've talked about the zip rule. What else have I not said? So I will talk about this in our next class because in our next lesson we'll complete this. We'll make it very whole. But we've gone a long way. We've covered a lot. At least we made progress today. So yeah, for the pre-analysis, we didn't do much here, but you understand the idea. Where you break it down to questions. Some of these questions are some of those things we are trying to answer here. Then the story of the data, the story your data is telling or saying. The industry, this is definitely the gaming industry, so you can write it here. Then stakeholders, who are you presenting the project to? Maybe your manager, whatever. So all this thing is just for not for this um learning, for your future. I'm just giving you as a pro tip. Imagine you have interview and you're giving, okay, do this analysis. Don't just submit dashboard. We've not even assuming there was time on a proper day, we'll do all of this together, split it, we'll do insights, we'll slice it, do slicing, then we'll do recommendations and conclusion. You see it. Let me show you guys. Please hang in there. Let me just show you. Are we still on this call? Okay, good. So just 1 minute. Let me show you guys one of this one's a Power BI dashboard. I won't show you because we're doing Excel. So I play chess here, and there was one chess analysis I did. Let me search for it. Chess games. There is a chess. So I'll just show you briefly what I mean by pre-analysis, in analysis. That was a long time ago. It's just hanging there. I just want to show you what I'm trying to say with this. Oh, don't worry. Let me not search for it. Just go directly to it. So you'd see what I mean by. In fact, once your stakeholder sees it, you'll be like, this guy Sabi, he knows what he's doing. You will stand out. Definitely, you will stand out. Your work will be preferred than others. This one is Power BI. Just wait to think. Yeah, I think this is the area. It's just now these guys are giving us like crazy people. So it's corrected, blah blah blah. Okay, so I'm close. Because around this. This is Pepsi analysis that I did. Yeah, chess games. So let it open. This is just one of the menu. I will show you others and you see what I mean by doing your in analysis, pre-analysis. Look at this for instance. Let me reduce this to let me increase this to 100. So look at this for instance. If you notice that I'm using the number of spaces under here are the same here. So I'm consistent with it. I think this is even showing because of the outlook. But you can see something like this. Then let me go to the in analysis I was telling you guys. So you see this is the games, this is the data. We have the cleaned, you see it's standardized table. It's looking more, this is a cleaned version. We have the pre-analysis, you see it. Potential analysis and questions. What color wins more? What color wins more often? If you play chess, you understand what I'm saying. What are the most common openings? Do higher rated players win more? So these are the questions I sought out to answer. This is the story of the data, the primary industry. My objective, what success means to the industry, project splits, that dependent variable I was telling you, dependent, independent, those categorical and whatever. This is it here. Potential stakeholders, platform developers, game analysts, coaches, or training services. This is my analysis. This is observation and recommendation. Can you see it? So then these are the different charts. See the color I use. I use color related to. I was doing it for a company called chess.com. Chess.com, their color is brown. So see this type of chart. What are you saying?
I didn't see your screen when you mentioned the analysis.
I'm thinking I could not hear you, Sean. I think it's your network. I think it's your network.
Probably.
So this is so you understand what I'm saying. Then you can even bring in icons and all of that. So that's basically it. So don't worry. It's just that we will not spend so much time on it. But if I have the time, if I'm free, I can organize another class. I'll show you guys.
Please organize another class to show us how to go about it this way.
Okay, let me show you guys one more. We are Nigerian, so you are familiar with Pepsi. See this one of Pepsi. You see it? Let me make this 100. It's even misaligned here because I'm opening it on another system. So you can see my pre-analysis. So you are not just building dashboard, you are communicating insights. See everything I wrote when it comes to analysis. Okay, product performance, the objective, blah blah blah, the insights. So you're breaking it down. You come to observation. What do you observe? What are you now recommending? There's no how you not stand up. There's no how. I also, if there's time, I'll show you how to bring in maps. There's so many, it's a lot. And this is just for Excel. But then, yeah, so it's almost 9. I don't want to take your time, but I just hope you learned something today because that's the essence. I hope you learned something today. Let me stop sharing. If you learn something, just give me a thumbs up. If you learn something, give me a thumbs up. Thank you. That's my joy. That's my joy. And please always seek out for more knowledge. There's room for more growth. I started with Excel, entered Power BI, entered Tableau, and I didn't do it in just one day. I took time. So please watch videos on YouTube, build yourself, be hungry. Let that hunger be there. And the sky will be your limit. Yes, you will get the recording. So what you can do is follow through. So that will be your task for the week aside other assignments. So follow through with what I've done. Can stop where I stopped, then we'll continue our next class. Someone is raising hand. Emmanuel, what's up?
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. What's good?
I did. That's the analysis and all those analysis stuff that you're doing. Can you teach us like how you do all those kind of things? How you kind of like set all those kind of questions down, all those kind of things?
Okay. Yeah, I think you joined the class late, but I said it in the beginning. It's just to make your work robust, to help the stakeholders and to help yourself. Because if you have a pre-analysis now, you know the story of the data, the industry of data, it helps you to communicate insights. Because let me share the screen. Just answer your question. If I have, it's based on my question. It's just that today, it's kind of because of the network and everything. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can.
No.
All right, so you can see it now. You should be able to see it now. Okay,
yes, we
so
can.
it's now based
Probably your
on,
network.
you see, whatever questions that come here, based on these questions, that's what we'll now do. That's what these charts and everything will come from, based on the question. Then, for the story of the data helps you to understand the data so that you profile the right recommendation As I said here, let's look at what success means to the industry. I said success means getting the right channel for efficient game build penetration in the game market. Ashimi is the name of the game. So you can see that this person is a game. They want to start up a game and they don't know where to start up sales. So they are looking at where they can start. Is it in North America? Is it in Europe? So this analysis will help them to understand where they should launch the game. So imagine at the end of the day now, let me see the highest. Did I do regional sales?
How did you know what success means to the industry?
What success? It depends on what success means. It depends on the data now. The industry now is
Like this one now.
hypothetical. We are doing. It's like this one is hypothetical. This is hypothetical. But
But
in
is
a
it
normal
what we are
business setting, yeah, in a normal business setting, if you know what success means, okay. There was a time I did a task. I think it was a financial institution, whether PAMPay or OPay, and they asked for analysis, something like this. You should know what success means to them. Getting more customers, generating revenue. I said in the beginning, every company wants more revenue. So it depends on the industry and the stakeholders you are dealing with. You get. So your these boxes here where you put your KPIs, where you be like, okay, top performing country, top performing region, blah blah blah. So at the end of the day, from here are those pivot tables. Okay. So from what we have there now, which region would you advise a gaming company to launch from this chart now? From this chart that you see here, which region would you advise a gaming company, that's into action games?
North America.
Huh?
North America.
North America, because good. So you can see that sales from North America, they tend to be the highest in everything. In almost all games, from the top 5 games we can see here, that North America beats, like it's the highest here, it's the highest here, it's the highest here, it's the highest here, it's the highest here. So for a gaming company, this guy now, what's his name? Ashimi now. That game, you know, okay, let's enter the American market. Probably competition is there, but at least there is money there because sales are more there. So if you understand what success means, it will help you for recommendation and conclusion. Don't worry, more of this because we are still starting, it's not even really done much. In our next class, I will show you, we'll do all of this together. I would come prepared because I could not really type much. The keyboard on this one is bad. So yeah, right. So I think that please make sure you sign the attendance and yeah, I will see you guys. Sorry I could not take questions based on other power pivot and all of that, but I think we'll do that now. Let's go.
All right, thank you very much,
Thanks.
sir.
I'm just reading the comment section.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Deborah. You're welcome. Thank you, everyone. It was nice to to impact. So then I'm glad you guys learned something. It's an eye opener, actually. I remember the day I was taught all this or I learned all this. I was like, wow. You're welcome. But please if you have a friend that is on this class, that's supposed to be in this class that is not here, please reach out to them. Tell them not to miss next week. If you are missing all these things, I would not say I'm the best out there, but I will just tell you that what I'm giving you or what we are doing here would be very important especially if you want to be a proper data analyst, like you want to solidify in the analytical world, in data analytics, dashboards. There's this role they call, I think it's Power BI developer. Yeah, stuff like that. All this knowledge is what you apply. So no problems. You guys are the best. We'll see next week, same time, same venue. Take care.
You too. Good night,
No
sir.
one wants. I'm waiting for you guys to leave the call. Yeah. Good night. Let me
Thank you
stop
very
sharing.
much.
Yeah. Good night, everyone. Have a lovely weekend and guide. Good night. Good night, Roland. Good night. Where's my course rep? Is it courtship I'll call him? He has gone up. All right. Good night.